This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And this is for the players, the PopCulturists PlayStation podcast. With over 40 years of playing PlayStation and 5+ years in the games media combined, thought we'd throw a hat into the ring. Enjoy that PlayStation conversation.
If you would also like to join that PlayStation conversation, you can do so every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, iTunes, and other podcast services. More conversation happens on our Facebook community group page at facebook.com/groups/thepopculturists. And the most conversation happens on our Discord channel. You can get a link for that at the aforementioned group.
A link is in the description below.
And in the description below. And if you really like what we do, please do consider heading over to patreon.com/thepopculturists. Check out the tiers there. There might be something there that interests you.
How's things?
Every time I say, something that interests you, I always have in my head like Soldier Boy. That interests you. White boy dance.
Hey, you been, my friend?
Yeah, all right.
It's been good times.
Just another week of monotony.
Yeah.
Just study and game and study more and work.
Life sucks balls, man.
Life's all right,
But I'm sure I know you said study and gaming.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna hang on. Let me just
tap into the force.
Let me just. I have reason to believe that this week you played Gwent.
Yep.
I'm not feeling Overwatch.
No.
The Witcher 3.
Yeah, you are correct.
Because duh.
Well, there's nothing else I want to play.
Didn't have to be psychic or touch your boobie to learn that.
You just wanted to touch my
I just want to touch your boobie.
Witcher 3's fucking rad. I'm in. Like, I get it now.
It's really funny because remember like a couple of years ago on the radio show, you were like, man, I don't get it. Witcher sucks.
I didn't say it sucked. It was overwhelming. Yeah, you go in and I remember I did the White Orchard area where there's just like the one notice board and a couple of quests, and then I got to the next area and there's 17 notice boards over this huge map, and I just kind of turned it off and went, I can't deal with this.
I think we had just my underpants again. I think we had a very similar response when we both played it.
Yeah.
I think we discussed that before.
Gwent strangely did get me into it, and now I'm playing the game and finding these characters, and I'm like, oh, that's that card, and that character kind of explains why his card has this kind of ability. And
so is it simply because of you? We mentioned this a little bit last week that Gwent is helping, but is that entirely fueling your play of Witcher 3?
Not anymore. It helped me, I think, get into the world properly, but now I'm just in. I'm playing it more than I'm playing Gwent at the moment. It's fucking awesome. I'm doing all the quests. Like I'm going to complete every quest in every area, and the second area, the big one with like the 17 notice boards and that, I'm almost finished. In time I think I'm almost done. Another one pops up because I finished that one, and this quest is available and stuff. But it's fascinating. All the side quests are really deep and really cool characters, and I'm loving it.
I wish I just had the time to sink in it like you do.
I put in about 10 hours yesterday because I was.
I did 8 hours of work.
I was not too well yesterday, so I just spent the day on the couch going between The Witcher and YouTube for pretty much the entire day. And so I put in about 25 hours in a week and a bit, but nearly 50% of that came from one day yesterday. So, and Gwent is Gwent. They had a new patch out.
Yeah, I saw that. Apparently there's a lot of changes. Yeah,
massive changes. So yeah, it's all refreshing again. Not that it was ever getting boring, because I started quite late into the last patch, but there's just a lot going on in the world of The Witcher. CD Projekt Red are very, very busy. Very busy.
Busy peeps.
Yeah. What about you? I know you've been on and off a lot of games this week. Not a lot.
Yeah.
I played 2 since I got here.
Yeah. That's true. We did too. So first one we played for the week was not a PlayStation game, but it was Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Shame.
No, that game fucking rad,
Shame.
dude. No. Take away the PlayStation-ness for the moment. That game is rad.
Did you ever play any of the XCOM
I
games?
played XCOM Enemy Unknown on PS3.
Yeah.
And
that game was great.
This is that.
Yeah.
But a little bit simplified.
A little more forgiving.
A little more forgiving, sort of. Sometimes, initially. and then it fucks you later. And it's it's coded in this nice, bright and colorful setup with with Mario. And so essentially what happens is there's a character in the game that's created this weird headset that can combine things. That's sort of what the headset does. The Rabbids somehow arrive in this basement of this house in a fucking time traveling washing machine. Then one of them puts the headset on and starts morphing things together and breaks the time machine. Then the time machine starts sucking all the Rabbids in, plus all the Nintendo Mario merchandise that's in this basement, all into the thing. Creates a new dimension. That new dimension is the Mushroom Kingdom with the mix of the two.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that it's cool. They've kind of written it in.
Yeah, because when they first showed this little video, I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, they've explained how it comes together.
Yeah.
So throughout the world, you're finding these weird combinations of Rabbid and Mario stuff. There's the Venus flytrap, like the Chad, but it's mixed with a fucking Rabbid, so it's a Rabbid. But with
Do you find the Rabbids infuriating?
No.
Or are they not too?
Because they're not the center. Because they are and aren't the center focus. They're not entirely disrupting.
Because they did have a minion vibe about them at one point.
Yeah, I find them slightly, I guess, from this experience, more entertaining than the minions because I fucking hate the minions. But these guys have a little bit more crazy unpredictability to them, and I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of it, like if I don't know there's a TV show, I wouldn't watch. I think that'd be too much. But knowing that it's being off balance by Mario and his team, and then sort of it's kind of.
Yeah, okay.
Then the restraint that's being shown on that end, and what's put over there, it's rad. And it's an odd balance between what is an incredibly niche and sometimes difficult genre being mixed with one of the most accessible characters in the entire gaming industry.
I hear it's selling well, so that's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
What about PlayStation-wise?
PlayStation-wise, I have been playing... I jumped back into the Call of Duty World War II private beta.
Still getting smashed?
No.
Ooh.
Less smashed. I've turned a corner.
Still smashed, but just not as much.
Yeah, less smashed. I'm breaking even now. My kill death is like even rather than just being obliterated.
Yeah.
So now that I've played a little bit more, I'm thinking about level 8, 9 or something like that. I streamed it. Link maybe in the description if I remember. Yeah, so I went back in, did some team deathmatch sort of stuff. That was kind of cool. It's coming out okay. Now that I've played a bit more, the levels up, the more guns are available to me, so that's kind of fun. They have this new mode called War, which is very similar to like Overwatch's payload carry.
Okay.
And the idea is like it's wave based, so it's like you take out this objective, then you move to this objective, then you move to this. So the same way like Conquest in Battlefield used to be.
I think what was it? Quake Wars back in the day was similar to that. You got the defending team and the attacking team. The attacking team gets this objective, and then the defenders get pushed back, and then you got to get the next one.
Yeah,
keep kind of
it's exactly that
to the end of the map.
So the one that's available in the beta is sort of a 3-stage one. So it's one map. You have to take down like this building at the start. And then you've got to move across and rebuild a bridge, and then move across and take out this artillery.
That's cool.
It's
I like
3
that.
steps.
That sounds cool.
It's so much fun. I was playing with Pinch in the chat, from the community in the game, and yeah, we just sort of because being objective based, you are working together as a team, but it's taking advantage of the lone gunmanness. It's not a word that Call of Duty has. So, but unlike Battlefield, which is very squad focused and has you working together as a team. So if you jump into a Battlefield game and all 4 of your squad are like off doing something else, you suck. You're never going to win. You have a 4 people solid team, you're going to win every time. Where this is, you are the team. You're all objective based, but the objectives are designed around you being able to run off and do what you want. Flank him, come in, and I had a lot of fun.
That sounds fun. That actually, cause, I'm not really keen on it. I don't think I am, but that kind of a mode is something that interests me greatly.
Yeah, I might. We'll play around when we're done.
If I got time, yeah, because we did start recording later than
we
I
did.
anticipated.
How are you gonna head off tonight?
At the kids tonight because it's Father's Day tomorrow.
Hey, it is Father's Day tomorrow. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Yeah.
First, legit Father's Day for you.
Good stuff.
Because no, he wasn't born this time.
No,
last
he was
year.
inside a person at that point.
So it's your first real Father's Day this year.
Exciting.
You got plans on Father's Day?
No.
No. I think I'm just having barbecue with the parents.
I think my dad's coming around with my sister and my niece. So that really. So that's actually a ton of fun.
Cool.
Really good. And I also have been playing Everybody's Golf. Thanks PlayStation Australia for sending a code through for that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be. I was like, cool. It's a PlayStation exclusive, so it's already ticked a box there. Thought maybe it'd be a nice sort of chilled play. Like chilled stream, which it was. Everyone was talking about. I streamed it last night as well, and everyone's like, "Man, this is like super fucking zen." And then I was like, "Boom!" And I went, "Boom!" Like, it's not so zen now, is it, motherfucker?
Yeah, you were raging at it when I got here.
Yeah. Look, it's very simple. It's not a golfing sim by any stretch of the imagination. It's kind of silly.
Akin to Mario Golf.
Yeah, similar, but I'd say a little bit more than Mario Golf. So you have to take into account like wind and terrain, and there's different clubs and balls. But one thing that I found really interesting is your clubs have a level up system.
Yep.
So if you're using like a one wood or whatever, the one that fucking whacks it down
a 9-iron.
The one that like
the putter.
Your putters are in there.
Yeah.
Like the one that you just drive that shit down like the first one you go off with, like thunk, and you want to go like 200 yards, whatever.
Right.
So the more you use it, the better you get at it.
Meaning
kind of the RPG-ish. So so if you hit it and it lands on the green, like if the better shots you take, it levels up and the clubs become better.
But like better how?
As in they increase, your margin, because the way it works in terms of is so you press X is your power and you come back. It's a very old sort of system. But as you get better at it, like that little gap to get the perfect hit can slightly increase. So it kind of takes away those things. It's less likely to be affected by the wind. It's less likely to, be dumb.
Okay.
And that part's kind of fun.
Well, watching you play it, the only kind of criticism I had is the UI is very meh.
Oh man, it's very messy. There's a lot UI going on. It's super Japanese in that way. There's a lot of things on screen. The art style is very Wii resort-ish.
Yeah.
In a good and a bad way. The good way is I made a character that looks pretty much like me but Asian. Bad, it doesn't look quite up there. It has that. It's a slightly lesser down version of like any. Like a Japanese, like a JRPG sort of like that's cartoony stylized.
Persona.
No, because Personas are like a next level one. And on top of that, I did also spend about an hour with Ark Survival Evolved.
I saw you struggling with the campfire when I got here.
That shit's clunky as hell. I think I'll need to give that some more time before I can put too much.
Definitely seems like a PC game.
Oh man,
a lot of these survival games.
It's not entirely. The menu system is not really optimized for consoles.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with a lot of the survival games that do end up on PS4, because I got 7 Days to Die. And me and my son played it heaps. We really, really enjoyed the game, but the menu systems are just so fucking bad.
Yeah, like, having the ability to the mouse, I think, would greatly improve this game.
Yeah, and Minecraft got it down but Minecraft has very limited.
But Minecraft
controls.
also simplified their crafting process as well.
But and that's the same issue I have with the MMOs that come to console as well. Is the menus are usually shit, like really clunky and really yuck. And I'm interested to see if Ark opens up a bit for you and you start to get it. I'm sure once you get the hang of it, it's fine, but it does seem a lot to take in.
Yeah, well, I'd say come next week.
You couldn't cook meat. I had to Google it for you.
Yeah, well, yeah. What should be as simple as there's a campfire, press a button, puts meat on fire. You have to go into a menu, pick it, take some of it, move it over here, and then it's that unnecessarily menu garbage that you find.
It all makes sense.
Logically, it makes sense.
The fires need fuel, so you got to put fuel in there, but it's the way it's presented that kind of makes it. But I'm not a game designer. I don't know how easy or hard that can be.
I said, as I'm doing it, I'm like on PC because you need to go click, 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 done.
Or you probably right click and it automatically puts it in there.
Yeah. So the disadvantage of because he doesn't have it. If it had a cursor in the same way that Destiny does, I think it would be better. Even though the cursor's kind of poo in consoles, I think it would work better than having a 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah.
Well, what Minecraft did to alleviate that is triangle. You automatically put whatever you've highlighted into whatever menu you have open. So if you open the furnace and you put coal in there, instead of going to your coal, pushing square, moving the cursor back up, putting it in the furnace. You just push triangle on the coal and it automatically just puts it in the furnace.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do something like that. I don't know.
I said I've only spent an hour with it. I need to spend a bit more time with it, I think, to make a definitive sort of...
How much was it?
It is... I think it's a full price game at the moment.
Too much.
Yes.
Too much for me.
I didn't pay for it, though.
Oh, of course not.
Thanks to 5-Star Games.
Friends.
Very good friends. Oh! Then when we've done talking about all that stuff, we start jumping into the news of the week, and this section is called Inform the Players. We tell you about all the PlayStation things that happened this week.
We have a number of news topics for you today.
My favorite, yeah.
For the first time in 6 weeks, we are starting without Overwatch news.
Thank Christ.
Now, there was Overwatch news. I just elected to not put it in because it didn't seem that important
Thank
to
you very
anything.
much.
But it is worth noting that...
Side note, the Team
I was
Deathmatch
about to say,
is live.
the Team Deathmatch patch is live.
So that's worth knowing, because I'm going to try that out.
And there was a lot of character changes in that patch as well. Number 1. If South Park, the Stick of Truth's classification hassles in Australia back in 2013 had you concerned for the fate of the sequel within these shores, relax. Ubisoft has today confirmed South Park The Fractured Butthole has been rated R18+ and will be released in Australia completely uncut and uncensored. The game and its associated rating advice is yet to appear in the Australian Classification Board's database yet. So I don't know what that means though. Because Ubisoft have confirmed that, but it hasn't appeared in our classification board yet.
Which means they've received approval and it just hasn't been published.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that seemed to me like, Ubisoft was saying, no, it'll be fine, but the Australian Classification Board's like,
Yeah, I think they've gone, they're like, yes, you've passed classification. There's these two more steps.
Updated.
There's two more steps that need to be completed before it's done. That's how I interpret it. But Ubisoft being like, no, this is fucking news.
So what this...
So I remember
because
the email I got from Mikey at Ubi, he was pretty much like, not in nicer words, but he's like, holy shit, check it. And I was like, yeah, man.
So this pretty much confirms that there will be no anal probing in the fractured butthole.
Yeah, no sexual violence, as we know.
So the butthole is not fractured because of anal
but
penetration.
there was one sort of questionable scene that I remember people got sort of uppity about was there's a scene where you have to, as a child, give a lap dance to a guy to get information out of him, but you farted him the whole time. He's like, yeah,
It's awesome.
Oh God. It's like... It looks awesome.
I put that at number 1, even though you already knew about it before
I love that news.
this.
To me, this is perfect. A conversation I was funny enough having earlier this morning with a bunch of our friends over at Load Screen and Do Even Game Bro, as well as our buddy, our PR dude, Dave Chataway. We have sort of like talking about the R18 rating and sort of what's going on with that and whatever. Because I was talking about Call of Duty and how it's I'm like, yeah, it's valid. But like, this is a perfect example of them going, we have this rating for a reason. But at the same point, no sexual violence. There's some sexual content in there, but it's not, like, cool, uncensored.
Doing what it should be doing.
Yeah.
The rating board.
Exactly, and that's
So thank you, Australia.
So well done.
Classification board. Thanks for doing us a solid.
I like these little minifigs. These are cool.
Number 2, Sony has unveiled a new PSVR bundle that comes packaged with the PlayStation camera. According to PlayStation blog, the bundle will only be available across US and Canada for now and is priced at $399 US, $499 Canadian. To any of our Canadian listeners out there,
Hi.
how you going?
I'm Matt the Cat. He's from Canada.
The camera is required to use PSVR headset and largely been sold separately outside of a retailer-specific bundles, and the original launch day bundled revealed for the VR headset ahead of its launch last year. The bundle will now be taking the place of the existing $400 PSVR package, which only came with the headset and necessary cables. It will start arriving in stores already now, September 1. So if you're in US or Canada, go ahead and.
So this makes more sense. When we went through the news articles before, and you're like, "Hey, it comes with a camera." I'm like, "Yeah, but they released the headset, which is the version I've got, just the headset in the box. Then it came with one that was the headset, VR worlds, 2 Move controllers, and a camera." I'm like, they've already bundled it with a camera, but I didn't realize that they are literally changing the base model, quote unquote, and putting a camera in. That's fucking fantastic.
How much was the camera separately?
It's $90 Australian.
Fuck that,
I went on eBay and got one for $30, but I got the old square one.
Shitty camera.
I think
I've got one as well at home.
The circle one, the like sort of the cylindrical one they have now, would be better because you can finesse that a little bit more on top of your TV.
Yeah.
If I use my VR more, I'd probably look at getting.
Yeah, so it's good. It shows that Sony is obviously still quite heavily invested in their VR. They are definitely interested in getting it out to more people and making it more accessible and as cheap as they possibly can for people to get into it. So, ticks all boxes. Well done, Sony. I hope it does make its way to Australia, that bundle. I'm sure it will at some point. But time will only tell. Number 3, prior to the start of the Tokyo Game Show 2017, Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan Asia will hold a PlayStation press conference in Japan on Tuesday, September 19th. According to Sony's announcement on the Japanese PlayStation blog, translation via Gimatsu, the briefing will begin September 19th at 4 p.m. Japanese Standard Time or 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And there's other times there. For those unable to attend the conference, Sony will also stream the event live. Tokyo Game Show 2017 will kick off 2 business days from September 22nd to 23rd, which will be followed by 2 days for the general public, 23rd to 24th. Sony's pre-TGS conference last year featured several surprises, including the announcement of a special edition Final Fantasy 15 PS4, as well as a release date for Neo and new details about Danganronpa 3 and much more. What can we get this year out of this press conference?
I think the big one would be Monster Hunter Worlds.
Like a proper date? Or
maybe a date, at least certainly some more information. I'm just trying to think of anything that's very Japanese-centric. Maybe
what other events does PlayStation
maybe some
have
more of Shadow of Colossus, because that's being done by Studio Japan.
Because we got Tokyo Game Show, Gamescom has just been and gone and not too much really happened there.
Not for PlayStation, at least.
What else is there for the rest of the year for PlayStation to announce shit?
PSX in early
December.
So I think that's the thing. A lot of what they're banking on will come from PSX. I think we'll get. I guarantee we'll get like some proper release dates in PSX, because it's right before 2018, and that's where it'll sort of go. They'll be like, "Hey, God of War's X date. Detroit is X date or X window."
Well, it's worth keeping an eye on, because there might be a few surprise announcements there. I hope there is.
I think there will certainly be more. Obviously, more Japanese-focused stuff. I think we will get. My bet is on Monster Hunter and Shadow of the Colossus.
Maybe some more info on all the new Persona games, maybe.
Oh, that's a good point. All the new dancing to Persona 5 and stuff.
Number 4. This one's rad. I really like this.
Yeah, it's
this
good
topic.
news.
Middle-earth Shadow of War executive producer Michael Forgey, if I'm pronouncing that properly, I'm sorry if I'm not, lost his battle with cancer last year at the age of 43. To help ease the burden on his surviving family, and as a way to honour his enthusiasm for both his work and playing music, Warner Bros. Games is offering DLC characters in his likeness. The $5 USD download adds Forthog the Orc Slayer to the game, named after the Monolith band, in which Forgy was a member. The Orc Slayer shows up at random intervals, one hit destroying whichever orc your character is currently facing. Forthog wields a weaponized guitar, using it to melee and utterly destroy orc opponents. The game's caption refers to him as a mysterious savior in the video trailer for the DLC. Every time someone buys the DLC, Warner Bros. Games donates $3.50 USD to Forgy's spouse and 3 surviving children. The offer is good through to December 31st, 2019, and the character can be pre-purchased right now on both PC and Xbox One and PS4 later next month. This is cool.
Yeah.
Really touching. There is a trailer to watch. I'll mention it for the trailer section. The trailer was really good. It really, the Forthog, the orc that shows up, really has very human characteristics to him.
Yeah, like so when you look at majority of the orc characters, you're like, yeah, you're clearly a made up face.
Yeah.
When you look at this, you're like, yeah, that's a face.
That's someone's face.
It's kind of confronting. It's like Uncanny Valley confronting.
Yeah, but
and then you're like, and then it's like, no,
because Shadow of War's had a lot of shit thrown at it lately because of the microtransactions and loot boxes, and this kind of shows a different side to Warner Brothers as a company. I think it's Monolith. Monolith,
yeah.
But it is Warner Brothers kind of WB.
No, yeah, I guess, but I think WB would be like, we can try,
Yeah, but they have to okay.
I think if Monolith had their way, it'd be like, it's $5. $5 goes to the family.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers is a business as well. So.
Yeah,
but $3.50 of every $5, so Warner Brothers keeping $1.50 out of each.
Yeah,
but they got to make money for their work as well.
Yeah, and I agree with that too. Like, this is the cynical thing. It's a fucking sweet idea. It's like a slight pay to win character. Like, but it all depends on how randomly he comes out and does it. But regardless, I'm gonna buy it just to support this really cool idea. I think it's something that needs to be done. I think it's in terms of like it's so touching. In a game about orcs, it's incredibly human. It's beautiful.
And you'll be reminded of him every time Forthog the Orc Slayer shows up.
And you're like,
you quickly go, this guy, And the money going to his surviving wife and 3 children, very good. Well done, Warner Brothers. We need more. I think this is the first of its kind of a thing.
Well, there has always been sort of little nods
There's
to
been nods
characters.
and,
Like I know when Robin Williams passed away, they created a character in his likeness in WoW,
Yeah.
and there's also one who conveniently looks like him in Breath of the Wild as well.
Yeah, I did see that too actually. But this is more
This is
monetary support.
This is not a tip of the hat. This is clearly this person.
Yeah.
And added the DLC.
And the fact that it is until the end of 2019, that's 26 months that DLC will be available for. So
pretty awesome.
That's really awesome. What else is really awesome is number 5. Following a limited edition release last year, PlayStation have announced in a blog post that translucent crystal versions of its updated PS4 DualShock 4 controllers will be releasing this October. Translucency aside, these controllers are essentially identical to the current iteration of DualShocks. These are the latest modification to Sony's controllers, which feature a redesigned touchpad on which the second light bar is located to provide players with in-game cues. In addition to the classic crystal version, Sony have also announced red and blue varieties, which are identically translucent but feature a splash of colour. The range launches on Tuesday, October 17th in America. No word on Australia just yet, but I'm sure you can import if you so wish. They look really nice.
They do. I know Sam Vanderley, he'll be buying the fuck out of these because he collects himself some PS4 controllers.
What I want from controllers though is I want a premium PlayStation controller.
Like a
first
Elite.
Party, not like
a Razer or
none of that stuff. The Xbox One Elite controller is fucking awesome. The Switch Pro controller is awesome.
While we're there, there's a question that came in from Max, as he does, because he's fantastic.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. And although it's not loading up, he essentially asks, we'll just bounce off that, what is your favourite controller of all time?
Of all time? Fuck.
See, I'm going to sort of break it down, right? Like, so, with NES, it makes sense. Squares, kind of dumb. Not very ergonomic in the hand.
What?
The rectangle,
right.
the squared corners of the NES.
I think Super Nintendo was the most influential by adding the trigger.
By adding the two touch buttons at the top. Although I never had an official one, I always had like a clearly third party one. So it was kind of clunky and didn't really work too well. So I have a lot of memories for that.
For me, honestly, and I know a lot of people won't agree, but the Nintendo 64 controller.
No,
I love that controller.
Controller's
fucking fingering the joystick every time it got dusty. Because the joystick wouldn't work sometimes because it was exposed. So you have to lick your finger and get the dust out of there.
See, like my issue with the N64 controller is that exact reason. That, like, I remember I read an article about this. Like, after they sort of heard about, well, this part may not be right, but when Sony were looking at doing the DualShock, apparently they've gone, we need a joystick, and they've thrown this thing. Looks like a toothpick stuck to a bit of like a little sensor ball.
It was a bit more rugged than that.
I don't believe so.
The 64?
Yeah,
it was.
No, it
was just as thick as the DualShock 4's attachment.
No, it was. Yes. It's like a fucking pin. Like, mind you, it's not like this. It's like probably
the DualShock 4 is bigger on top. Where you actually put your thumb, because it was really small on the 64. Maybe it's because
it comes down to like a point in the 64.
Maybe it's because I was little last time I used it, so it seemed bigger than it is.
Because I remember looking into it and I was like, they're like, because it was such such an afterthought. Like what it could have been is missing.
Nah. It's fine.
But
it's great.
then what else? So I've had the DualShock all my life. I always thought the DualShock 3 was the best controller. Now I use it and it's trash.
If we didn't have the N64 controller as it was designed, Zelda games would not be what they are. Because Zelda games would not have been possible without that type of controller design, with the Z button on the back and everything like that. No. N64 is best.
I disagree.
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
What the controller that I love right now is the Xbox One Elite.
Yeah.
That controller is fantastic. Like I always used to shit on Xbox controllers. I'm like, the thumbstick's forward. That's stupid. And then I play it. I'm like,
oh.
Don't be wrong. DualShock 4 is leaps and bounds better than the DualShock 3. But it's just like, as you hold it, and especially with the Elite, it's got that weight to it. The trigger's on the back. It's all sort of metal construction.
You go back now and you pick up a DualShock 3.
Damn. One right there. We can go touch right now.
It's so light.
Yeah.
compared to the PS4
you should
controller.
touch the PS2 controller. There's no tech in that at all because
Just
it's
a
like
little chipboard.
Yeah, there's no wireless functionality at all.
Yeah.
The answer is Xbox One Elite controller. Sadly, on PlayStation Show.
Number 6, after 2
Unless
years...
they make it like an Elite Pro PS4, then I might change my mind.
They would have done it by now.
Yes,
I don't think it's on their
I think
cards.
that's why they just gave it to Razer and
I
whatever.
think it's on the cards.
I have to give it a try one day, maybe.
Number 6, after 2 years in early access, Ark Survival Evolved finally launched
It has.
across PC and console. To promote the release, the developers teamed up with efforts at Studio Pixmondo, which did some amazing work on shows like Game of Thrones and Furious 7. The brief teaser trailer shows a man washing up on the shore of a tropical world, greeted by a woman riding a dinosaur. The man quickly learns how unforgiving Ark can be. So we're going to be getting more, I guess... It says its title is a TV series, but from what I read from this, it's just like, short clips that might just go to YouTube and whatnot. So I don't know. Have you seen it? It looks weird. Like the dinosaur just doesn't. Like I read, because it's clickbaity title. It was like Game of Thrones, screen whatever are working on Ark TV series. I was like, whoa, that's fucking huge. And then I read the article. I was like,
it's a web series. At best.
I don't know. But Ark are clearly like balls to the wall. Like we are making this a big thing. So stay tuned for that. But also on Ark, if you can get into the game, you might be interested in this. 2 years after debuting in early access, Ark will be releasing, now that it has released, will be releasing its first DLC next month in October. At PAX West, Studio Wildcard announced the Aberration Pack, which will launch on all platforms this October. According to the developer, Aberration takes place on a damaged Ark whose internal atmosphere has leaked away. This results in harsh landscapes with a plethora of lush underground biomes containing all new... That's what I said. That's what I said. Underground biomes containing all new exotic creatures and items to be acquired. So for the trailers, I'll just chuck it in there. Ark, what was it called again?
Abomination.
Aberration. The trailer looks really good. We watched it before this. But
it looks like the game when you master where I'm not. Like
yeah, but there's also the trailer is obviously a PC trailer because the graphics
really
are fucking incredible, and what I saw on the PS4 just wasn't that. But the trailer looks really fun, and I'm like, I want to play this game.
Yeah. Then
I watch you playing Ark. I'm like, I don't want to play this game.
See, we're in because I'm in the process of building a PC. So I'm very curious to sort of then jump into it on the PC and see how it holds up.
See, I want, because I didn't even realize Ark was a crafting survival game. I want the game that's shown in the trailers. Just fucking riding dinosaurs and all that shit. And then I see you doing like the crafting at the campfire and your food's down. And I'm like, oh, I don't want that. I want what this Aberration DLC shows because it looks fucking rad. 7th?
Next bit of news.
Bungie has announced the first raid for Destiny 2 will be coming the week after its September 6th release date. The news comes via Eurogamer, who also says that the trials will launch a couple of days after September 15th. All of the game's Nightfall activities will be available on release day. Bungie is keeping details of the first raid under wraps. However, we do know its name through the list of trophies to be unlocked while playing.
John.
So I'm not going to raid John.
Yeah.
John's butthole.
we know its name.
So it seems
John.
like they've learned... because Destiny 1 was played with content problems and lack of anything to do, so release like a week is really soon after release.
Yeah, real
but
quick.
there are going to be people fucking hamming this game for days and days and days. So it seems like if they keep up that kind of content release schedule, there'll never be like a lack of anything to do. Are you still picking it up on release day?
That's the plan.
I'm on the fence.
What's changed? Witcher?
I don't know if I can afford to have that distraction at the moment of Destiny.
Okay.
Just because there's so much going on. I don't know if I can really... I don't know. I know I will on
I think
release
it's
day.
worth it for the community, Josh.
Oh, no, I know. And I'm sure I will anyway. But now, days out, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I don't know if I can
I'm not getting any fancy edition. I'm getting the standard edition.
Yeah. Or Big W have it for $64.
See, that's totally manageable.
JB have it for $69. EB is still at $99.95. But they'll price match.
Did you say Target, was it?
Big W.
Oh, dang.
Why?
Because I have a Target voucher I need to use.
Oh. They might. I haven't looked at Target. But yeah, they're really kind of hamming out the content. And I do want to raid with the community too.
Yeah.
Because I never did the Destiny 1 raids.
Yeah. Same.
Moving in the last 2 bits of news, PS Plus games for September 2017 have been announced. They are probably out the day this comes out.
Potentially, if not coming days.
So you will get on PS4 Infamous Second Son, Strike Vector X. On PS3 you'll get Truck Racer and Handball 2016. On PS Vita cross-buy with PS4 you'll get We Are Doomed and Hatoful Boyfriend.
Infamous Second Son.
Awesome
Fuck
game.
yeah.
Fucking
Great
love
game. That is
It was a release game.
This is literally like, you know when they're like, we want AAA games. There it is. There's one right there.
Yeah. Even though it's only worth $25 now.
Regardless,
but it's such a good game.
When you pay $20 a month, whatever, you already earned your $20.
Yeah. Well, you pay less than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Infamous Second Son is great. Hatoful Boyfriend, I think, will
It's
be
a dating sim. I'm going to play the fuck out of it.
a dating sim with pigeons. I think that'll be a fun stream.
Yeah, done.
It's literally like all the avatars are pigeons in this game.
Totally
so I think that'll be a fun stream.
Let's like make some feathery fucking.
Last bit of news for the week: top selling games for week ending 27th of August 2017. Starting at number 10, Agents of Mayhem. Number 9, The Last of Us Remastered. Number 8, Rugby League Live 4. Number 7, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Number 6, Uncharted 4. Number 5, GTA 5. Number 4, Madden 2018. Number 3, F1 2017. Number 2, Crash Insane Trilogy. And number 1, as predicted, Uncharted The Lost Legacy.
Bam, bam, bam.
Naughty Dog have 30% of the top 10 games. Bravo.
Well done.
A lot of sports games in that list this week. There's 3.
Look, it says a lot about Agents of Mayhem when it's outsold by 5 games that have already come out like months ago, and the game that came out in 2014.
Oh, well, there's a lot of games that come out that don't even make the fucking list.
That's the point. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, there's sports games are a thing.
Yeah,
F1,
I was actually honestly
Madden,
thinking
Rugby League.
with the release of sports games, as well as we're playing everybody's golf. I think I was thinking we do a topic about sports games, but I don't think neither of us really care enough, so we didn't do it.
Only ice hockey.
I didn't pitch it.
Yeah. Worth noting as well, first time I think since we've ever done this is that there is no Call of Duty in that top 10.
Holy shit, you're right.
Yep. Not a single one.
Dude, everyone's everyone's sort of
waiting with bated
breath. Everyone's
World
waiting for World War II.
Well, no one bought it last week because they probably had the beta, so no one was buying for World War II.
Yeah, no one needed to pick it up. Or they've played the beta and gone, yeah, no, we're good. We'll wait.
Yeah, we can't go back to any of these.
We can't go back.
Ones
This is the shit.
They're shit. And for the trailers, like I said before, Shadow of War, Forthog the Orc Slayer, very touching trailer, definitely worth checking out. And the Ark Aberration trailer, just watch that for what could be, because it looks really cool, and I really think that it's an interesting trailer.
Now, the topic of the week also sort of falls into, from the players, the section where you can throw your questions at us.
www.thepopculturists.com/questions.
Or just comment below. Both options. Once again, Max, because Max just goes fucking ham.
Yeah.
He does such a good job. He says, to this week's topic, very simple. A very simple topic.
Yeah.
What video games would you like to see adapted into a movie or TV series?
Plenty. Would you be mad at me if I said The Witcher?
Yes, I would, but it's already in work by Netflix,
yeah,
so that's an easy one.
But I don't... Netflix originals lately have been really touch and go.
Yeah,
there was a time when everyone was just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And now they're doing so much that now there's just kind of meh stuff coming through.
Yeah. But
The Witcher is definitely more suited to a TV series than a movie.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the case, because with the lore of that grand size and scale, you want it in the bite-sized chunks, because that's the problem. The problem that video game movies have is they're trying to compress all this into 20 minutes, and that's almost impossible.
Yeah. I thought of the perfect cast for Geralt. I just forgot his name.
Josh Saunders.
No. Maybe in like 40 years when I'm grey as shit.
And buff.
Oh, what's his name?
What's he done?
The villain from Casino Royale. Madsen.
Oh, Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. He's got that.
Yeah, the guy that's he was he the villain in Casino Royale?
Yeah, he's like whipping Bond's balls with the.
Oh yeah. Mads is it Mads Mikkelsen or Mads Nicholson?
Mads Mikkelsen.
He was in Rogue One.
Yeah,
he's also in. He's going to be in Death Stranding.
I think him as like looks wise, he could make a good Geralt.
He's
think.
fucking because
He's just
like
got that really
in every
weathered
movie he's
face.
ever been in, they fuck with his eyes in some way,
Yeah.
and you know,
I'm just picturing with like the orange cat's eyes and like the scars
Yep.
on the face and the beard and the ponytail. I think he could.
I think
pull
he's
off a
probably
great
the
Geralt.
best pick. If cast is no option.
Oh yeah. Well,
What I would like to see is Red Dead Redemption, because I think Red Dead Redemption's got quite an incredible story.
Yeah.
Now I would
did you get John Marston to play John Marston?
no, the guy looks something like John Marston.
But for namesake.
I think I would tell the John Marston story. I wouldn't.
With the same ending.
Yeah, because it gives the series a finite ending. There's no like.
Wait, you're
open
talking
to
movie or
binge-
TV
TV
series?
series.
Okay.
Because once again, you can't put all that into a movie.
Fuck, what a bittersweet ending for a TV
That'd be
series.
fantastic,
that would
wouldn't it? I think that'd be great. I don't know if it was a movie. I'd kind of like the guy that directed The Revenant, Gonzalez Inarritu, whatever. Like, because he really like with The Revenant, like the tone in that movie and just the way it looks, would be spectacular for the Red Dead. But like as a TV
Are there bears
series,
in Red Dead?
no, but it looks like there might be in the next one. Because
okay.
where they're sort of showing the landscape. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who I would cast it, but I think that story loans itself to a really good series.
Okay. Well, let's talk movies.
Okay.
Like, what could make
Because series is easy. You could be like this because
this.
the benefit that series has is that storytelling, not trying to cram shit in. So
Yeah.
anything with a good story could instantly become a good TV series.
Yeah. So I think.
So let's put some difficulty on ourselves and let's make it movies.
Well, let's talk BioShock.
Okay.
So,
Now you've recently just played BioShock for the first time.
not the first time.
Semi-recently.
Not the first time.
Wasn't it? I suppose it was your first time.
No, I haven't played Infinite.
Oh,
But
yes.
I bought the
Sorry, my
collection
apologies.
to play through it all, and yeah, that's cool.
No, I've not played it
has-
since PS3, so my memory may be a little bit.
BioShock has a
broken.
very unique setting and a very unique world, very unique characters. I don't think we've really seen any kind of movie like it, unless one comes to your mind.
No, not like aesthetically, probably not. Because it's
would
like
have to be
it's
a
like
big
partial.
budget movie.
It's
This would be
partial steampunk.
big budget
There'd be a
movie.
lot of post processing, like post processing. I don't know, whatever post production. There would need to be a very obvious filter over everything to have a underworld sort of.
So the
vibe.
characters that need to be cast would be Andrew Ryan. who
the
is
lead
yeah.
lead
The man not
antagonist.
entitled to the sweat of his brow. That guy. Atlas is the guy who's communicating with you the whole
Little
time.
face in the corner.
And Jack Ryan is the silent protagonist.
Yeah, and then of course you'll need the big daddies as well
little
as the little sisters.
Yeah. So as for Jack Ryan, your silent protagonist, you need someone.
You need someone who's, because there's a lot of physicality with this role.
Yeah.
And the splicing and stuff will be pretty cool. So you need someone that sort of can portray not like some emotion, but being very stilted yet
Stoic.
silent, stoic, but not like wooden.
Well, you know who is good at being stoic
Being
and
stoic.
silent? Wentworth Miller.
Oh man, that guy can stare out of like a jail cell
Although,
like crazy.
I find any scene with Wentworth Miller alone incredibly boring.
I find you incredibly
When he's
boring now.
when he's not convening with anyone, you don't get his attitude. You know, when he's very like take Prison Break, Wentworth Miller. You know, is very silent and brooding. But when he speaks to people, that's when you get that kind of cocky, arrogant attitude coming across a little bit. But when he's alone, it's just like, this could be anyone, I think.
No, any role with Sam Worthington could be anyone. Like, if you want someone to stand there and do nothing, you get Sam Worthington in
And
there.
say like 4 lines. Well, what about let's go like full big budget.
Like you said, we'll
Hollywood.
go 2 options. We'll go like a realistic one and like a batshit one.
No, I got a few I want to mention. DiCaprio.
This is your batshit one.
There's your batshit.
Yeah,
insane
look,
one.
once again, back to The Revenant. I need to watch that again so bad. Yeah, like he spent a lot of that movie silent.
Yeah, but acted. He got an Oscar for it. For
He
not-
did some incredible, as our buddy Tom would say, actoring.
Yeah. See that Wentworth Miller and DiCaprio, I think, would fit the BioShock universe as it is. But if you wanted to go a more actiony kind of route, Jason Statham.
Oh man, yeah, that guy can brew
Just
like the best of
fucking
them.
up the splices with his big English attitude. Yeah, like shaking him in the back and shit. Firing like plasmids out of his hand and stuff. But even so, I think even...
So, see, that's the only concern. I don't think DiCaprio would be super into the whole, like...
physicality of it.
Not, like, he is physical, man, I think. But I mean, like, in terms of the embracing that crazy... Like, with Wentworth Miller being as part of the Legends of Tomorrow...
Yeah.
Like, he's like, all right, I've been in stupid movies.
Where he's essentially playing his Prison Break character anyway.
Yeah, slightly.
Just with
it's
an
a bit
ice
hammed up, yeah.
Or even Ewan McGregor.
No,
No, you're not feeling that?
Nah. See, you've kind of sold me on Wentworth Miller.
Okay. So Jack Ryan, Wentworth Miller. Next we need to talk about Atlas.
The face in the corner.
Face in the corner. The only one I can think of will be Daniel Craig. Because he has the look.
You need the voice.
I think he could do the voice pretty well.
Because majority of the time they're only dealing with you through voice, so you want someone
exactly.
with a strong, sort of pronounced voice.
Yeah.
And everything. If I remember right, they did also have like an English inflection.
Oh, yeah, it's Irish.
No, in the game though.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, he's, Atlas is Irish.
I don't remember.
Those splicers are going to... Yeah, he speaks like Danny O'Dwyer.
I can remember.
Get Danny O'Dwyer to do it.
Done.
Done and dusted. Wentworth Miller and Danny O'Dwyer in the same movie.
Wentworth Miller, Danny O'Dwyer.
The billing would be really weird. Well, can you think of anyone else though?
Well, because I assumed, because I've not played it in so long, I assumed it was English. Good Irishman. Ooh, I'll come back to you on that one.
Okay. Well, then of course the main villain is Andrew Ryan, who...
So
if you had Jason Statham as Jack Ryan, you'd have Stallone as Andrew Ryan. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
So you need someone who has like a incredible presence. You need someone that really sets the scene. Like, it's intimidating. Is like,
Christopher Walken. Is a man not entitled to the sweat?
is a man
Not entitled
yeah.
to the sweat of his brow?
Yeah.
Bill Nye.
Built like the science guy.
No, Bill Nye.
Oh.
Not Bill Nye.
Oh.
You don't know who he is?
No, I like Bill Nye though.
Shaun of the Dead, stepdad.
Oh.
Shaun.
Yeah, he was. He was
He's been in a lot.
Underworld.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like the King
the
Vampire.
King Vampire.
guy,
He's
yeah.
also, of course, in Hot Fuzz as the police commissioner briefly at the start.
Fuck yeah, no, he's perfect.
Yeah, he's got the presence. He's got
Yeah.
the voice. He's got the pronunciation. Even though Andrew,
Because Andrew Ryan felt that like, quote unquote upper class-ish,
Yeah,
but you know, like
yeah.
as in like very well. He was well spoken, if I remember right.
yeah, very well spoken, but also batshit fucking crazy as
Yeah,
well.
it's a totally good pick. Well done.
Or Liam Neeson.
See, Liam Neeson would make good Atlas actually, because he's Irish.
I would too, actually.
I'd put him as Atlas.
Okay, so we got Wentworth Miller as Jack Ryan. We got Liam Neeson as Atlas, and
Yeah.
Bill Nye as Andrew Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Little sisters are, I don't know a lot of like
I
little
know
girl
child
actors,
so it kind of makes it tough.
but if I just had to say one off the top of my head, probably Alan Page.
I think you're a bit off there with Ellen Page, but only because we have no other comparison. I don't know. I'll have to agree with you.
But she looks like she's 4. So
Yeah, she got that weird sort of like mid baby face.
yeah, or
Like an old baby.
oh, what's her name? The girl who did Ellie in Last of Us. Name?
Oh, what the voice actress?
Ashley
Johnson.
Yeah. She looks little as well.
Yeah, because I think with the little sisters, they have to genuinely be like urgent.
A
I
little
would.
girl.
What about the chick that played X-23 in Logan?
Ooh. Oh. What was her name?
Oh, that chick.
The psycho cutting
Yes.
chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that.
Physicality, little sisters.
Yeah. And Big Daddy, even though they don't have a voice or a face, Idris Elba.
That's
Big Daddy.
racist.
Well, it is what it is. If you see it that way, fine.
I lay it where it fits. Yeah.
Why? Tell me a white actor that could be Big Daddy.
The Rock. He's not white.
He's not white. He's Samoan. What, Half-Jorn Bjornsson, the mountain from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, done. Bjornsson.
Nah.
Dude, side note, by the way, I know it's nothing to do with PlayStation, but like I was watching behind the scenes of Game of Thrones. I thought they recast him But no, it's actually that guy. They just decked him out in the fucking zombie mountain.
Yeah, well, the
costume.
mountain's been recasted 3 times. From
That's
the whole
what I was
series,
thinking.
But they haven't recast.
See, that's why I
him
thought
as
they
him
had
yet.
him for the Viper batch. And then they were like, he's now the zombie mountain. You never see his face. It can be anyone.
Oh, we might see his face. So.
No, but you can sort of see his face. Like
Yeah.
his face is hidden. It's just another tall guy.
Nobody else has the build he has.
Yeah.
Nobody else has that build.
See, like, I think he looks less tank in the armor. So, like, when they actually took the helmet off, like, when I was watching the behind the scenes, I'm like, oh, fuck, it is him. Cool.
Yeah, because the first mountain wasn't tall.
Mm.
He was fucking solid. He was stoic. Because you remember him fighting the Hound in front of King Robert.
Yeah.
And he's like, enough of this. And the Hound, like, gets to his knee as the sword swings over his head.
Yeah.
Such a cool scene. And the next mountain was just some fucking lank. No muscle on him at all. He was like 8 foot tall, but there was nothing of him. I suppose he could be Big Daddy. He just needs a big drill on his hand. Just
Once again, it could be fucking anyone because it's all hidden. So
yeah, unless you give him a voice and a personality.
Yeah.
But if a Big Daddy came along and spoke and it was Idris Elba doing his like angry voice, I'd be fucking scared.
Right? If they did give it a tone of voice and they had the
So Wentworth Miller, Bill Nye, Liam Neeson, Alan Page, and Idris Elba.
No, Alan Page has been replaced.
Oh, no,
chick from Logan.
Young Wolverine and Idris Elba.
So that's going to be a very like sort of like somber, still an action movie, but a bit more down on tone. What I'm thinking
that movie, that I think a really well done BioShock movie could really like set the bar for video game movies. Maybe even win an Oscar.
I think if it's delivered right, yeah,
It has to be delivered right. I don't know about writers and directors. I don't know enough about the industry to do that.
That's what you have put there. Yeah, it's very somber, semi-dramatic, like very dark in tone.
Get the same tone as the game had. Because BioShock 1 had the perfect tone. Yeah, let's do that.
I want fucking big, bombastic, everything cranked to 11. I want a GTA movie.
Oh.
Because
GTA
think about
is
it right
essentially
now.
a movie as it is.
Yeah, that's sort of the point. As we accidentally play footsies under the table. Like for me, it's you can take some comedic writing. You can take comedic. You can take sort of it is an incredible satire piece when done correctly. You get the big blockbuster stuff that you want from a movie. Like watching a GTA movie at like your VMAX or your Titan or your IMAX. Jesus Christ.
If the casting is right.
The casting is right. So this is who we're going to need. We're going to need obviously the main three. If we're doing GTA 5, we need Trevor, we need Franklin, we need Michael, and for added benefit, we're going to need Lester, the weird awkward friend, and we'll need Lamar, who was Franklin's buddy, and I imagine we would need Michael's family. So we would need Amanda, Tracy, and Jimmy.
Yes.
And Trevor did have his friends. He had the old guy and
I don't know enough about to go that deep.
He had the old guy and had the juggalo. But I think that's a little too deep. I think it'd be in benefit of this story would be if he was sort of a lone wolf.
Well, just for the sake of it being a coherent movie, I don't think you'd have all those extra characters anyway. So Trevor's
easy. I think Stephen Ogg. So Stephen Ogg is the guy that did the voice of Trevor. He's actually an exceptional actor. He's rocked up in he's in Walking Dead currently. He was in Better Call Saul. He is Trevor personified. I showed you a video before we came in here of like this. They may have been like Cracked or something. They did this like Grand Theft Auto VR April Fool's video, and it was Stephen Ogg being Trevor, and he is Trevor.
Yeah. He just needs a little more weight around the tummy.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of chub on, and then he's good.
Oh, he's chubbed all the time.
So chubby, I should clarify.
Well, if he couldn't, what about Walton Goggins?
Oh, that's the guy from like Sons of Anarchy who played the woman. Fucking fantastic performance, by the way. You've never watched Sons of Anarchy, but his character alone,
rad.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he's a great actor, and
he was in like Hateful Eight as well. Oh man, I put him in anything. Put him in like fuck. He could play the Big Daddy for all I care. Dude, he's good.
But I think Stephen Ogg is the right choice for Trevor.
There's no one else.
For Franklin,
because I think if you were to bring if that's a tilt to hat to the fans and to like the people that watch TV, he's a great actor,
and not a tilt for that for the sake of it either. Is that he could do it properly.
He could.
For Franklin, Ice Cube.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, no, actually, no. He probably doesn't have the right attitude.
I think Ice Cube's a little too gangster and a little too old. Because Franklin's whole story arc was him getting out of that shit.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Who the hell is that?
I think it's Ice Cube's son, isn't it?
Oh my god, yeah, the one that played him in Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Like, I was also sort of thinking like Michael B. Jordan. But I don't think
but I don't know what he's
he was the black dude in like Fantastic Four. He was the woman in Fantastic Four. Of course, he's the black dude. Yeah, so he was in Fantastic Four. He's done something like, but my concern is I think he might be a little too young, not quite the same build as Franklin. Like, because
what about Idris Elba? I have a chub for Idris Elba.
Okay, well, that's gonna be interesting. That one.
Don't know.
I'm not sure on that one. No.
Michael.
See, this is where it's going to get stupid. Because you need some sort of like someone with that sort of New Yorkish sort of accent, like Italian roots.
Yeah.
It's when I was thinking about this earlier, my brain went straight to Joe Pesci from like Home Alone. Like, obviously the guy's like 80 now, so it's not really doable. But like, if you had Home Alone Joe Pesci, like that's Michael, right?
If you're gonna have Joe Pesci as Michael, then you need Daniel Stern as Trevor.
Is that the other?
Get Harry and Marv back together. Even though, they're both like 60 or 70.
See,
Turn what time frame we're going for, because if you're going for a younger cast, you could have Bradley Cooper as Michael.
No, I don't think he fits that character because of what the story arc, of what the arc they're trying to tell with Michael.
Alec Baldwin.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm feeling Alec Baldwin. Yeah, because
So we've got Stephen Ogg, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Alec Baldwin so far.
Because what's great about Michael's character sort of he's done the hard life and now he's in witness protection and he's just chilling out and he's falling back into that world. Yeah. And I think funny enough, Alec Baldwin could bring that reluctance that comes.
Yeah, and also the attitude as well. He's got the perfect amount of wit. And the perfect deliverance, I think.
Now, this is the same thing, right? So Stephen Ogg did such a good job of Trevor. The actors who, for the life of me, I can't remember for Franklin and Michael, no disrespect, I think they could do it.
Oh, they probably
like if you could, because like they mocap the entire movie, the entire game,
maybe.
And the voices. So like, if you were to do that, and you didn't have a studio up your ass, bring in these big actors, I would say bring the original cast in.
Yeah, okay.
But I do like where we're going. This is great.
All right, well, Lester. Now, I have two options for Lester.
Okay, so Lester's kind of awkward, he's uncomfortable, he's a little bit tubby. Bit
nerdy as well, isn't he?
Nerdy, kind of like hides like a cane for some reason.
Jonah Hill.
No, see, I think Jonah Hill would be better cast as Jimmy.
The disappointing son.
Yeah, because like it's funny because he even sounds like Jonah Hill. True. I remember when the game came out.
I'm picturing Alec Baldwin and Jonah Hill riding their bikes down the riverside.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
So like even like... See, I remember when the game came out, I was playing. I'm like, this sounds like Jonah Hill. It looks and sounds like it wasn't, but fuck, I thought it was.
Okay,
I think he has to be Jimmy.
What about Rainn Wilson?
Who?
Dwight from The Office. Come on,
get him into a fat suit and you're in. Yeah.
He's got that right awkward attitude.
Yeah, he's got the wit, got the bit of quips, and Who are you feeling?
I've got a face and not even an inkling of a name.
You give me.
I can't even remember.
No, like even like what they've been in. Where's the face coming from?
I don't know. I can't remember.
So how you gonna Google a face?
I don't know. What was that TV show? Probably in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Ally McBeal. Remember the show?
Yeah, I never really watched it though.
But that gives me a jumping on point for who I'm thinking of. You'll know him.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna keep moving forward.
Okay, you do that.
So we need, obviously, if we're gonna do the quote unquote, so that's the main cast. So this is the secondary cast. We're heading into sort of like, Michael's family. I think with Amanda, who's his like bitch of a wife. It has to be
Oh,
like
Robert Downey Jr. was in Ally McBeal.
no way.
Apparently, his name was Larry Paul. The more you know. So it was Hayden Panettiere.
It needs to be Leslie Mann.
Who's been
So Leslie Mann is the wife of Judd Apatow. She was in
Oh no, that one.
the sister in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay.
Not 40-Year-Old Virgin. Knocked Up. She was the sister of Katherine Heigl's character.
Okay.
Did you want to like? Oh fuck.
I know the face. I just can't remember any performances.
She was in Knocked Up. She was in Funny People. Any sort of Judd Apatow movie she's been in, and she has just this like kind of right amount of like fuck you, just to sort of
On her face,
like her face just portrays fuck you, and granted she doesn't really look like Amanda as a character, but I think the attitude's there.
I can picture her with a glass of wine, just telling Alec Baldwin to just go fuck himself.
Dude, that combination, fuck.
All right, and then there's the daughter, Amanda.
And no, Amanda's so we need Tracy.
Tracy, the slut.
Promiscuous. The promiscuous daughter.
Miley Cyrus.
Too promiscuous.
She fit better as Trevor's daughter. Trevor had one.
Yeah. She fits better as that the woman that Trevor's banging when they first met him. I don't know. So you need some sort of like a.
Sorry, have you seen the side by side image of Miley Cyrus and Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder?
Back in the day when she had the sort of
the like blonde fringe cut, fucking hilarious. So funny.
See, this is where it's gonna get tough because I don't know a lot of young actresses.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson might be a little old, and she's actually an incredibly good actress. So that's kind of interesting. You need someone that's just.
I don't know, Brie Larson. Like, how old is Tracy in the game, roughly?
Like 18-ish.
Isn't Brie Larson in like mid-20s?
Yeah, maybe.
She could play a 20-year-old-ish.
Yeah.
With Alec Baldwin as the dad, who's like 50-something. Like that
Alec
age
Baldwin
bracket
is
works.
over 50.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He's an old man.
Yeah.
In that case, look, I don't think she's trashy enough.
We'll leave it to Hollywood for those characters.
Yeah, Hollywood.
But we've got Stephen Ogg, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Oh, okay.
Alec
Sorry.
Baldwin.
And finally, for Lamar, which is Franklin's buddy,
Kevin Hart.
I was gonna go more of
The Rock.
like. No, like Kevin Hart would be the studio choice. I'm thinking not Kendrick Lamar. Fuck, what's his name? He's a hip hop artist. He's really skinny, lanky. He's got tons of tattoos.
Drake.
Not little one. No, you don't know hip hop music. Do you? I think it's like ASAP Rocky. I think is his name.
Who?
I know. I'll see if I can find him.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I can't picture Lamar in my head.
Oh, okay.
I can't picture the character.
Also, so he's sort of tall, lanky, kind of. I'll get you a photo. That'll only benefit people like you and me because no one's watching. That is Lamar.
Right. He looks old.
He looks older than I thought he did. As in, like you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, it's okay, cool.
50 Cent.
No, that's not who I want. That's not who I want either.
Oh, I'll leave that to Hollywood too.
I'm gonna think about it. What's
That's it.
That's it. Oh, so that came from the players, and I think we did good.
We did good. I want this Bioshock movie.
I think it is. It's Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa is the guy I'm thinking of.
I can't put a face to him either. I'm not down with it, Ryan.
You're not because you were, then they changed what it was, and
now
it seems scary too.
It is scary. Yeah. I would like this GTA movie.
I just
need more Alec Baldwin.
Oh man, I love 30 Rock so much. You watched 30 Rock?
No, I haven't.
Dude, if you love Alec Baldwin, you need to watch 30 Rock.
Picturing Alec Baldwin and Stephen Ogg, communing with each other would be fucking hilarious. Are you going to wrap this segment up or?
Yeah, no, with that said. What do you think? I'm trying to pull up the questions. What did you think of our movie pitches? Be sure to comment below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Well, quickly, so with that, we went kind of long on that one, so
did.
I'll just pick a couple of questions. Joel asks, quite a long one, but it's a good question nonetheless. With Gamescom being crowned the world's biggest gaming convention last week and having more attendees than E3, do you think that E3 should shift its focus back into being an industry trade show and back showcasing the titles coming in that year? Over the past 5 to 10 years, it seems to be a place where publishers just come out and present trailers for games coming years down the track that I don't really need to know exist yet. Quote, and in brackets, except Bethesda, they are still probably king of reveal / release time. I agree that I think the decision that the E3 made to have access to the public was purely a financial decision. Gamescom thrives on that. That's sort of been their, as far as I'm aware, that's been their business model since day one.
Yeah.
And I think E3 should just stay as what they are, industry.
Yeah, but maybe
focus on the conferences, focus on media getting in there and handling some things.
Yeah, but doing it that way obviously is not working for them if they decide to open it to the public financially.
Or it's either financially or the pressure that everybody else is doing it.
I don't know. E3 is a weird one because it's so... what's the word I'm looking for? Because you don't know what to expect, it's either fucking awesome, like 2016 was, or meh, like this year's was.
And the benefit of Gamescom coming after E3, they can say, oh yeah, you saw this at E3, it's going to be at Gamescom.
It's going to be at Gamescom. Playable, and a date, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think E3 opening its doors to the public, because I think there was mixed messaging, and probably I wouldn't be surprised if there was a ton of people who bought tickets thinking they were going to get to sit in on the conferences.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you just get to muck around on the show floor as you would any other convention. So I don't know. I don't know. E3 is just, it's weird. I don't know. I think it's struggling to find what it wants to be in this new landscape of the industry. So it's going to be trying a lot of new things, maybe. The only way to really know is next year to see if they do open the doors again to the public, or if this was just a one-year experiment. They're like, it didn't really kind of work out what we wanted it to be.
Like it.
You
like what you're thinking.
You like what?
I like you thinking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to add to it.
Yeah, I like you thinking.
Okay.
And finally, Zach asks the question, would you be happy if the PlayStation exclusives were in fact timed exclusives?
Wouldn't bother me at all.
See, it's interesting. Like, I think, fuck it, why not? More people can play it. Good on them, right? But it's the same problem. The reason we have exclusives now is because it feeds competition. And competition is the essential part of business. Without competition, people get stale.
Yeah, but the competition doesn't just have to be between the consoles. It's between the studios themselves as well. Yeah, but
I think the studios... it's tough because
you said it.
I haven't said it in a while. The money for those studios comes from the console manufacturer, comes from PlayStation. So PlayStation going, hey, we want this to be better than what Xbox have. Here's a ton of money to make a really good game for us. If it's open, there's and the publishers would. So if it was open, the developers could potentially have to fund it themselves or find other investments. From a competitive standpoint, from a business standpoint, I would say time exclusive's okay. If it was it would have to be like a year.
I think time exclusives are fucking dumb.
I hate time exclusives.
Either make it exclusive permanently or don't. Because then the issue is, I think Tomb Raider saw this problem, is that it was a time exclusive for a year on Xbox, and then when it came out on PlayStation, no one really gave a dick by that point. It was old. It was old news. It was a year old. Where if it was a permanent exclusive, that might have pulled more people over to the Xbox console. If Tomb Raider was first party exclusive, not first party, but exclusive to Xbox going here forward. Where the risk with time exclusive is, after a year, the want for that game is dissipated, and you might sell it during a sale. But
see, I think potentially where Zach's coming from is the idea that once it's past that big that first 6 months and sales drop anyway, who cares?
No, not
Open
me.
it up. No, I think that's the point he's making.
Yeah,
I think it's after 6 months, none of those big, most sales you'll get for a gamer in the first 2 weeks, and it kind of drops down.
Came out and said Uncharted 5 will come to Xbox a year after it comes to PS4, but okay, whatever, I don't care.
I'd be like, that's interesting.
I mean, it's weird from a business perspective and all of that, but as a a PlayStation owner, it's okay. Cool, more people get to enjoy Naughty Dog stuff. That's awesome.
But that doesn't help fanboy fights though.
Nothing will help fanboy fights ever until we have one unified platform.
Which it won't ever happen.
It will one day.
No, it will not happen.
Very long time away. There will be no point in 50 years to still have separate consoles. That whole business model will be gone. Guaranteed. And if we survive until then, I'll rub it in your face.
I disagree. It simply comes out of the competition of business.
Yeah, but with how much everything has changed in the last, even 10 years, I don't think if the gaming landscape looks like it does now in 50 years, the industry's fucked.
Yeah.
Because
there are some things
what's happening now is not, I don't think it's sustainable. Just in the long run, I don't think we're going to have an Xbox and a PlayStation. Could be 20, 30, 40, 50 after our lifetime, but there will be a point where you just kind of plug into this box and you're just in this fucking world of whatever.
I disagree, but it would be
like
it would be nice, but I disagree.
Like Tron or Ready Player One.
But that's 20 years from now. We want to talk about what games is coming out this week in the section called Coming to the Players.
We have, I don't know,
X amount of games.
X amount of games. I'll shoot through them quickly, and then as usual we'll talk about the ones that are interesting to us. A Whole New World, PS4 digital.
Spelled whole as in a butthole.
Antique We Are Lost, PS4 and PS Vita digital. Destiny 2, PS4 digital and retail. Don't Knock Twice, PS4 PSVR digital. Drive Girls, PS Vita digital retail. Gun Ducky Industries, PS4 digital. Knack 2, PS4 digital and retail. Rest in peace, Knack. Licky the Lucky Lizard Lives Again, PS Vita digital. The Lost Bear, PSVR digital. Senko no Ronde 2, PS4 digital. Songbringer, PS4 digital. Spectrum, PS4 digital. Utiware Mask of Truth, PS4, PS Vita digital and retail. How can they release games with this kind of a name to a Western market?
Utah Weru Mono.
Yeah.
It's
writing its own death wish coming to a Western market with that kind of a title.
Yeah, but there's all those sort of like Japanese lovers like you and Joel. They'd be like, that sounds Japanese. I want to own that. No. Joel.
See, I can say Persona. I can say Final Fantasy. I can't say UTWR. No. Two big games for the week are obviously starting the biggest game of the week.
Destiny 2.
Knack 2. PS4 digital and retail. Meet Knack, a little guy with surprising moves and the ability to transform big to small and back again in this family-friendly adventure from the developers at PlayStation. Are we getting it?
I've got confirmed, yes.
You did get confirmed?
Yes.
Fuck yeah!
Stream the shit out of that.
And secondary to Knack 2 is, of course, Destiny 2's coming out.
Second to that is, of course, Drive Girls. And Destiny's on the list too.
Destiny 2 is an action shooter that takes you on an epic journey across the solar system. In a cinematic campaign, you'll enter a world filled with compelling characters and fight to take back our home. Battle alongside friends with multiple cooperative modes, or challenge others in intense multiplayer matches. We all know what Destiny 2 is.
Yeah, it's Destiny 2 Enact.
Destiny 2 is Destiny 1 with more.
Mm-hmm.
And Knack 2 is Knack 1 with more.
Yeah, because it literally is like when you become Big Knack, it's the same but with more in the Big Knack.
Do you think this will stop the memes or fuel the memes?
Fuel the memes.
With Knack.
Oh, yeah.
What if it is a smashing critical success?
So the first one...
What if it's like Breath of the Wild for PlayStation? As in everyone's just like...
Breath of the Knack?
Everyone's just 10 out of 10. This game is just fucking perfect.
Doubt it, I think.
But what if it is?
That'd be amazing.
Humor me.
Oh, it would be beautiful.
All the memers have to like eat their
the internet would cave in on itself for a moment.
Facebook would shut down and all the regular people would just not understand why.
Pretty much. But let us know in the comments below what you'll be picking up this week for your PlayStation entertainment system.
Maybe Destiny 2. Maybe. Yeah, see where I'm at.
I'm going to do it.
See where I'm at.
It's a decision made. Do you think?
Oh, yeah. How do I start the thing?
If you enjoyed that conversation.
If you enjoyed that PlayStation conversation, you can find many more every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, iTunes, and other podcast services. More conversation happens on our Facebook community group page at facebook.com/groups/thepopculturists. And the most conversation happens on our Discord server, which you can find in the link below, or head over to aforementioned community group page. Sorry, this bores you. And get the link to the Discord channel. If you want to submit questions for this show or our popcorn movie show, you can do so at www.thepopculturists.com/questions. Don't be fooled, we don't have a website just yet. Well, we do, but it's not out, but you can go there and submit questions. If you really like what we do, please head over to started my words.
It's because you're trying to do
If you do like what we
the
do,
government ads.
please head over to patreon.com/thepopculturists. Check out the tiers there. There might be something there that interests you. I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm Ryan Betson. And that was for the players.
Fucked you up there by saying my name first, didn't I?
You did. Sure did. Bing.